In this lesson, we'll talk about the nested functions, global and local functions. These are the special functions to be used in Python programming language, guys, okay? In order to explain this, x1, we can create a nested functions, just like the loops, okay? The foo begins, and also we can create the nested function in here with the name of the bar, okay? And so print bar begins and print bar ends, okay? And also we can call the bar, and also we can give the foo ends, okay? Foo can be called in here just like this one. So foo begins, this is the calling the foo function in here, and bar begins and bar ends are seen at this time. I will explain later, Yaman. I will announce the exam topics in the classroom, okay? I will explain later. Okay? This is the foo. And what about this one? If I call the bar, what's the result of this code right now? In this case, if you run this code, we don't have the bar in here, okay? Because bar, this is not defined in global scope, okay? It is in, or it's within foo function. And what about this? Def bar print global bar, okay? And def foo and def bar and print nested bar. And bar is given in here and foo is calling right now. What's the output of this code? Yes, nested bar. But what about this one? Yes, this is the global bar. Okay, in the foo we have our own scope in here, and this bar is directly related to what the global one, okay? So what about this one? Def bar print global bar def foo bar, and def bar print nested bar. If I call the foo, what is the output of this code? See, in this case, the cannot access local variable bar where it's not associated with the values, which means that the same rule for a given variables are applied on also function, okay? And also if we call the bar in here, and so this bar is also a global error, and error, okay? And also this one is an error. What about this one? Def bar print global bar def foo global bar. Just remember the previous lesson. In the previous lesson, we can assign the global variables and as well as the what the function. And def bar is assigned in here print nested bar. And foo can be called in here. What's the output of this code right now? Global bar and nested bar. See, global bar, nested bar. Okay, and so what about this one? If we call the bar in here and also nested bar is given here, because this global bar is masked with this one, and so this bar is directly related to this one. Okay, and so what about this? Global bar is assigned to this one, but after that the override happens in here, and also we call the bar, and so global bar, nested bar, but this bar is directly related to what the global bar. Okay, therefore x is equals to 10 and def bar and x is 20 and print x. Okay, and bar and print x. And so what is the output of this code? 20 and 10. See, you are correct again. You get the rules right now for the scope. Okay, so in the x6 def foo x is equals to 10 and def bar is assigned to this one. This is the non-local x. This is a keyword, and print x and x 20 and print x and bar and print x foo. Okay, and so what happens if I run this code right now? Non-local means that this is a global. Okay, and so if I run this code, see, first of all we get 10 because it's a non-local x, which means that this x is transmitted into what? This one. And after that we assign the 20 values in here, updating to what? To this x equals 10. And after that we can print. The bar is called and print x is changed with what? With the 20 values right now. Okay, this is our rule. And so this is the foo x, this is the foo x, and also this is the foo x. What about this one? Def foo x is equals to 10 def bar and non-local x is 20 def tar and non-local x and x 30, and we call the tar in here just like this one, and after that we call the bar and print x. What happens if I call the foo right now? Yes, this is the 30. if I call the foo. Because just see that we call the foo, okay? Foo is assigned to 10. Bar is defined just like this one. And x, non-local x, is assigned to 20. But def tar is assigned to non-local x, which means that this foo is assigned right now. And also tar is called, this non-local x is assigned to 30. And bar is called, and this x still 30. And print x gives us to what? To this x. Because this x, this s, and this x are the same. Okay? Just 30 is given at this case. Okay? And so, what about this one? We can define the global and local functions, guys. Okay? For example, x equals 10, y equals 20. Therefore, print foo. Okay? And also, g is globals. We have this function in here, just like this one. Okay? And so, this returns to what? The dictionary values. See, if I print the g in here, see, all the codes are given in here. The containing all the elements of this week 6 codes.py is given in here. But how we can obtain the global values of the g? For example, val is equals to the what? G and x. If I want to obtain the global x values, and so we can print the val in here. This is 10. Or we can assign the 30 in here just like this one. And so this is 30. Which means that we can obtain the every elements of the global elements of this Python file can be obtainable by using these words. Okay? And just like this one, if we assign to the val is equals to the y, and so this one is equals to the what? 20. Okay? Or val is equals to the g foo, and we can print the val in here. See, this is the function of these address values of these terms. And so in the global definitions, we got everything by using this function, globals function. Okay, we get it. So in the 9 or 10, can define the def foo, and y is 20, def bar z is equals 30, d is equals to the locals, and print d. Okay, and d locals is another keyword which we get the local values of this code, and we can print the d values in here. Okay, and also we can call the bar. If we call the foo function, see, y is to what? To 20 in here. Because just see that in the calling foo, y is assigned to 20, and after that local values of the d is returned with the what? Y and bar, because in this foo the local terms is the y and def var. Okay, and after that if we call the d, print d, see that this is obtained. Okay, and so z is defined in the bar, and so d locals is assigned to what? To the z is equals 30. Okay, if I using the what locals function, and so this locals returns to the what? Its own scope. For this case we return to the what, the bar scope. But for this case, we return to the what, the full scope. Okay, that's the basic utilization of the local function. Okay, in the X12 we need to talk about the comprehensions. We can steal, or we can fill a list using some conditions within list operations. Okay, A is equals to the what, 1 2 3 4 5, and B is equals to the what, x times x times x for x in A, and print B. This is the comprehension, guys. Okay, we have a list and we can write the for loop just like this one, but the applied code is assigned to the what, to the this one. Okay, and so if I run this code, 1 4 6 16 25 are seen on this code, but these are identical with the what, A is equals to 1 2 3 4 5, and B is equals to the empty space, and for x in A, and B append of the what to this one. These two are identical, guys, but in the Python we can write this code just like this one. This is a shortcut. Okay, and this is highly useful to what, to create your own examples. We call it the comprehensions. Okay, and so for example, A is equals to the 3 6 2 10 34 23 and 19. Okay, and so B, x percentage q is equals to the 0. Only this condition is satisfied for x in A, returned to the what, the values of the this ones, which means that the even number check can be built in here. For example, this is false because 3 mod operation 2 does not yield to 0. This yields to the what, 1, and so this condition is false. True, true, true, and 23 is a false and 19 is a false in here. Okay, for example, x list of range minus 10 11 and 1. Okay, y I times I times I for I in x. Okay, and so print x is given in here, and so minus 10 9 8 7 6 blah blah 10. But what about the values of this one? Print y. See, 100 81 64 49 blah blah blah, and the other terms are also true. Or we can print these terms using the matplotlib pyplot, guys. Okay, as plt, and plt plot x and y, and plt show this one. We can draw this. Could you see the figure right now, guys? Can you see the figure? No, I'm sorry, because the share screen is given in here. But if you test these algorithms, and so you can see that the figure proposed what the comprehension results. Okay, what about this one? Names Ali, Veli, Selami, Ayşe, and Fatma. Okay, A is equals to the len of name for name in names. Okay, this returns to the what, the each element length. Okay. See this one, 3 4 6 4 5, 1 2 3 4 5, and so the last term is the 10. Okay. Or if we have these terms in here, can build the reverse name operation. A is equals to the what? Name of double dot minus 1 for name in names. Okay. Print A. See? İla, İlev, İmales, Esya, Tough. This is the reversed operation. Or can do this. The A is 2 what? 3 6 8 34 23 90 111 37 42 and 43. Okay. B is equals to the what? X for X in A. If X percentage mod operation of 2, and so the print B. This is returns to the what? To the even numbers in here, just like this one, 6 8 34 90 42. Okay. In that case, this code is getting the smaller by using the comprehension. This is the idiomatic case for what? For the professional usage of the Python programs. Okay. Or we can do this right now with the values of this one, because in that case we assign the X, not the values of this one. This is the what returns to the true or false in here, Eren. But in that case, we have the X instead of true or false. See? Check the code. We assign to the X in here, but the correct X. The condition is satisfied and 4 is assigned to the X. Do you get it? So we can write the function is prime. We can check our number is prime or not. Okay. If while 0 and return while equal to, and for I in range of 3 while 2, if while the whole number I is equal 0 and return false, because is a division happens in here, and return true is given in here just like this one. And so how we can utilize this code in here? Result is assigned with the what? I. For I in range of 2 1000, if is prime is correct for a given I. Okay. Firstly, we should check the 100, and so the print result can be assigned with this one, 2 3 5 blah blah blah, and 73 79 98, whole of them is prime numbers. Okay, we can check it based on these terms. Okay, any question? We have also another important function in Python. For example, A 1 2 3 4 5, and B is Ali, Veli, Selami, Ayşe, and Fatma. So result is zip A and B. Zip function returns to the what? Creating a tuple between A to B. Okay. For T in result, print T, return us to the what? To the this one. This is just kind of the enumerate, but in that case we give the index and relate it to the what? To the values. Or it's just like the dictionary value. One of them is case, the other one is the values in here. Okay? But we can assign or apply to the what? To the zip A and B, and we can reach to the what? To this one. Zip A and B. X is assigned with the A, Y is assigned to the B, and so print X and Y can be reachable by using these terms. Okay? Or for X and Y in zip Ankara, Edirne, and print X and Y. See, A and K A R A is assigned to the X, A E D I R N E is assigned to the what? Y. Okay? Or we can create what for X, Y, and Z in zip of range 05, range 10, 15, and range 20, 25. Print XYZ is assigned to this one. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 in here, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and 20, 21, 22, 23, and 24 are given at this case. Okay? Any question? If you don't have any question, today our final, because in the next week we will have an exam and the next topic will be continued in the after the exam session. Okay?